to summarize my partner's points on the example in Bolivia, the example of introduction, and the Asian pivot, which summarizes our whole debate. So Bolivia proves the efficiency of anti-drug policies. Without U.S.-led anti-drug policies, Bolivia's coca production increased. Glickhouse. Bolivia is Brazil's largest supplier of cocaine and the world's third largest producer. There is an illicit production of coca rise in Bolivia, increasing from 25,043 metric tons in 2005 to 30,900 metric tons in 2009. Cocaine seizures in Bolivia also increased, rising from 27 tons in 2009 to 29 tons the following year. So without U.S. drug policies, when Bolivia is trying to solve it themselves, they fail to make progress and make the situation worse. And thus, U.S. policies, drug policies in Latin America is more effective. And a point on interdiction. Plan Colombia launched interdiction, which success proves that U.S. policies are working. Interdiction activities in Central America, like Operation Hammer, are successful. Seizure of hundreds of tons of cocaine, millions of dollars in black market items. Agents, France Press. We know that criminal organizations are very active in coastal waters of Central America, said Jose Roots, spokesman for the Southern Command in Miami. So, in 2011, the Southern Command assisted other agencies in seizing 119 metric tons of cocaine worth an estimated $2.35 billion in Central America. Also seized were $21 million in cash and $16 million in black market items that were destined for money laundering by criminal groups, according to the Southern Command. And these are the reasons why the U.S. drug policy in Latin America are working. Also, if U.S. policies in the Latin America does more harm than good, what happens when they take it out of Latin America? The government will move it to Asia, called an Asia pivot, and that will be even worse. Asian countries are not ready to take this war, as all the factors that you stated before that makes the policy more harmful than good, cartel violence, the picture not being as rosy as it should be, lack of political will, budget constraints, corruption. All the factors that you stated will be a negative, even more negative to Asia, because it's common knowledge that China's democracy is not as developed as the ones in Latin America. So the lack of political will and corruption will be even worse in China than it was in the Latin American countries. And so, also, it says here, illegal opium production takes place in Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, India, Thailand, Vietnam, Burma, and other countries in southern and central Asia. Many of those nations are struggling to become Latin America societies. Struggling. Most of those nations are struggling. And all of these factors that you see in Latin America will be even worse in China when they make the Asian pivot, when they withdraw the policies from Latin America. So, I mean, it's better if you leave it in Latin America, because it does more good than harm, because if it does more harm than good, then that means it will not be moved to Asia. That's not possible.
Time.
So, yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.